When was the last time you loaded up and took the day to go catfishing? Well, you're going to see you're missing a bunch of fun. On today's Fishing Hog Country, I'm on Grand Lake of the Cherokees in northeast Oklahoma, fishing with Jerry Weisinger and his son Mitchell, and we're going to catch a bunch. But before you go catfishing, you got to catch the bait. And to catch the bait, you got to throw the net. And throw the net. And throw the net. And throw the net. Well, you get the idea. But when you throw it in the right place, you'll catch some bait. Then you go catfishing. Y'all watch this, and we'll be back with catfishing on Grand Lake right after this. You're watching the Fishing Hog Country television program featuring express boats.
You know, Mitchell, if we work this right, me and you can just fish and your dad can take fish off and bait hooks. Isn't that the way we ought to do this today? Let's talk about this a minute, Jerry.
All right.
We're just, basically, we've got a 3/4 ounce sinker, and I'm using 15-pound fluorocarbon, and I've got a swivel on, and we've got a circle hook, and we've got cut bait. And there ain't nothing complicated about that, is there?
No, nothing at all. Just catching the shad sometimes.
Yeah, we had to get out here and idle around, look for some shad, and once we found them, you know, a couple throws with the net, and you got them. And we're fishing. We started at 20 feet, didn't we?
Yeah.
How far in we gonna go?
To about, well, probably to about 12 or 15. Oh, I lost one. Dead coming.
Now let's talk about how these fish bite. Most of the time, they're just gonna do all the work themselves.
That's what they do. I jerked probably a little bit too hard for the circle hook. I still am ready to jerk, but they just get a hold of it and take off. And the bait may be too thick. I may have to thin the bait down some for some of these hooks. But
there comes a big old roller, huh?
But normally, I mean, this is it's pretty easy, and it's easy to catch a lot of fish. If you watch these birds, they're all out on these flats chasing them shad, and the catfish are the same way. And they just get down here on the bottom, and you'll feel the bottom, it'll just drag along that pea gravel, and it'll feel like a bite, but it's not. And then all of a sudden, you'll feel a little harder peck, and then it'll just take off.
And this is summertime. I mean, I'm gonna tell folks, this is August, and it's been hotter than thunder, and when everything else has quit biting, you can come out here and do this.
It gets better. The hotter it is, the better it is on these flats. It don't seem like you catch a lot of fish, you just catch a lot of good eating fish. Good keepers, and it's pretty exciting if you take kids too, because it's, you know, they get bored pretty easy and they don't too much doing this.
Well, they get their line jerked, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm that way. I kind of like to have my line jerked too.
That's true.
Hey, Mitchell, is this your first time to be on TV?
No.
It's not?
No.
When have you been on TV before?
14. I got a 4-speed camp.
Ah, okay. You know, being on TV makes you look 10 pounds heavier.
Does it?
Yeah. So stand up straight and suck your gut in, okay? We got some bait coming up here.
Yeah. Well, that's what you want to see. When these things are working these flats, that's, you know, them catfish, they just get underneath, and you'll see them bust them every once in a while out here, but they just kind of roam around underneath them.
You know, Grand Lake is famous for its, you know, big balls of bait.
Right. We've got a lot of bait fish.
The guys from over where we live, over around Beaver Lake, that striper fish, they come over here and catch their bait because it's easier and faster.
Mm-hmm. Take it around the boat.
Can you swim? Oh, okay, I'm just checking.
Walk back there. Yeah, good one?
Here, let me see that rock over for you.
Alright, bring him here.
Man, we're getting thumped up here, Jared.
He does it to me sometimes.
Now that's a channel cat, right?
Nope, it's a white cat.
Okay.
See how white, no spots?
No spots at all. He's squeaking.
And talking. Alright. Here, let me get you a different piece of bait.
So what are you doing that we're not doing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Getting bites and hooking them.
I'm getting a bite on your dad's rod right now.
Oh, really, man, Mitchell?
Ben says it's technically your rod. I'll let you.
All right. And like I say, you don't catch a lot of big ones out here, but you catch a lot of just, good keepers.
Well, that's a good eating size.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get an old big channel cat or catfish, they're kind of, taste bad sometimes.
Well, the way them channels, they'll, when you fillet them out, they have a lot of yellow on them and stuff.
Uh-huh.
These fish will have absolutely no yellow meat on them. They're all white.
Just white.
Mm-hmm. You got your pliers?
Right behind you.
There we go. That'd be a good eating fish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the best thing about this fishing is, anybody can catch them and they bite. They're pretty dependable this time of year.
And they bite you guys.
They pull pretty good.
Pulling in there. They're all kind of about the same size, aren't they?
Yeah, you'll catch just a lot of them, and then, every once in a while you'll get into a school of them, it's a little bit bigger, and open his mouth for me. There we go.
He's barely had it. Kabonk. Man, he is flat whooping us now.
Hey, we came out here and caught 30-something one day, and he caught over 15, and there was 4 of us fishing, so he can catch them sometimes.
So what are you doing that we're not?
Fishing.
You spitting on your bait or what?
No.
What, we spending too much time talking? Is that what you're saying?
Must be.
Yeah. Take my pole. I gotta get it right. I'm gotten to the big ones now.
I finally caught one. He's pulling too.
Is it a big one?
Nah, I don't think so.
Here we go.
Boy, they pull good.
Mm-hmm.
That is so much fun. I can feel him
Thumping his head.
thumping his old head back and forth.
There you go. They ain't very big, some of them, but boy, they're stronger than what they look. Here,
Yeah,
let me
they-
get him. My hands are already dirty.
Man, this is almost like having a guided fishing trip. When he first hit, I sure thought I had more than that on him.
I told you, they're good. They'd be a good fight.
Get him go.
You still got him? Yeah.
About the same size, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried using anything else for bait?
No. We just come out here and catch these and just
I mean, that's what they're eating out here, so.
Yeah, and the thing, like I said, a lot of times we don't catch a lot of big ones, but you catch a lot of, you know, these and better, and good for the kids, and we can take them home and cook them. And
Well, that size fish fillets out real good.
mm-hmm.
Makes a fillet about that long.
Yeah. The good thing about these, there's really no having to clean off any red meat or anything like that. They're just
Fillet them and they're there.
good to go.
I think I lost him. No, he's still on there.
Yeah, I see what he did to me.
Jerked you clean.
Give him a kiss.
Good old.
And he's a pulling. I hope he's bigger than yours, Mitchell.
Okay.
I hope. You ever just stop and let him swim a while just for the fun of it?
Every now and then.
You want me to get him? I already got my hands down here.
Man, what a day. What a fishing trip. Bring old Jerry out here and he just takes my fish off and puts bait on my line.
Oh, you don't want to let go
He
of
likes that hook, doesn't he?
Yeah.
How many we caught, Mitch?
I don't know. I can't count.
You can or you haven't?
Ask him how many he's caught. He knows how many we've caught and how many he's caught, I'll bet you, because I hear about it.
All right, now look at me and tell me, how many fish have you caught?
5 or 6.
And how many fish has your dad caught?
Like 1.
I've caught more than one, haven't I?
I don't know. 2 or 3 maybe.
It's more important to count the fish you catch than it is that somebody else catches, huh?
Yeah.
You'll know how many we all have before the day's over.
Did you hear the drag slip?
Yep.
Of course, I got it pretty loose. Look at him pull.
Swing him over.
He's just a little bigger than the last ones we're going to catch him. Will them hurt when they poke you, don't they?
Yeah, that's why I keep my eye on them the whole time.
It does hurt.
I fell on one time when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Poked me right here in the knee, and my whole knee swelled up. Did you get him?
Yep.
Another nice
We
one.
doubled.
You want to hold him or you want to
Just
just
chunk him. And he's out of here. Okay. What do you think about my bait situation, Jerry?
You got
As long as you got some, you all right?
Well, we can check it out. Here, let me see. Here. Yeah, that'll be plenty.
That's fine.
These little ones are the worst. They flop a lot more than the big ones.
It's kind of like catching a little bitty bass on a crankbait and you get it flopping. You'll wind up sticking that crankbait in both of you.
Here, reel that in, Mitchell. My hand's too slimy to reel.
Let's got hot and heavy.
They're just not very big, but when the wind blows, they'll bite a little better, the bigger ones.
There's another.
All right, go ahead.
Man,
Your
that
pulse
wind
ready?
is just about plumbed up.
Mm-hmm. One thing about it, that's what I was saying about these things. You bring kids out here and they have a good time, and like I said, you know, even if you come down here, you know, by now we've caught enough a guy could eat if he wanted to, you know, go to one of the islands and cook some fish, and we've did that before. Pulling a little better, isn't he, Mitchell? Or is he?
Hope he doesn't get off.
Did you pop him good?
I think so.
I needed a little fighter one now. It's a channel.
They roll, don't they? Somebody's messing with me. He may have got my bait that time too.
See the difference in the fish?
Yep.
How this one's
He's
yellow,
yellow looking.
and then he's got spots on him also. He's got all these little bitty spots, and he's yellow looking. They also, I can get a hold of him better. This one here doesn't really have a hump on his back. And the other ones that we're catching, they'll have more of a hump, their head coming up.
And those others are what?
Well, we call them Mississippi whites,
Yeah.
and people call them blue cats and stuff.
Okay.
But people down here also call the big, what I call the channel, but got the big knots on top of his head when they spawn. They'll call those blues too, but there's a totally different color in the meat, and then you can count their fins and stuff, and they're a totally different species of fish.
You don't want to get all dressed up to come out here catfishing.
No. And you don't want to have a good place to go when you get done either, because they won't like you.
They don't want you. They don't want you coming into a nice restaurant to eat.
No.
All we're missing, Mitchell, is a big one. If we can keep your dad down there putting bait on, maybe we can catch one in a little while. Did you see
Get a
that?
hold of it. They don't waste any time.
That and jerked the fire out of
Mitchell,
me, as
get
we
him.
say in Arkansas. I've heard it said over here in Oklahoma too.
Lower your pole just a hair, Mitchell.
When he took it, he committed to it.
How big he is, he's pulling in front of the boat around a little bit. He's a little better, isn't he?
I think that's the best one I've caught today.
It's not a bad one.
I think it's the best one all day.
Mitchell, he's pulling on yours.
There's a little one like yours.
You think that's the best one we've caught all day?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you admit it.
No.
Man, he has got that hook. There it is. Now that one's what? Is that a channel? Or is that
No, it's a white cat. That's
that's
what
a
we
white
call
cat. Okay. You tired yet?
No.
Me neither. Do you ever get tired of doing this?
No. Oh, here's a toad.
No, I think it's one of them little ones trying to eat it.
Do we have a triple? Man, that's pretty good. Of course, we floated through all that mess of bait out there, but we did. They were all up under that bait.
We need to get the shad net out.
What time you want to quit this evening? Yeah. He's down here the other day.
Cole, when we was catching these things, and boy, he'd get them bites. He'd just be talking. They'd just have his pole bent over, and then he'd finally, when we gonna move, he'd reel up and have one like that hanging off the end of it. I got one.
Well, guys, we're out of bait.
Yep.
You know what we say? When you're out of bait, show's over.
Yep.
Well, thanks for bringing me today.
No problem. I had a good time.
Yeah, boy. Mitchell, did you have a good time today?
Yeah.
You're ready to catch some more bait and go at it again, aren't you? Well, you know, it's 5:45, and you know what my belly's telling me? It's supper time.
All right.
You know, you don't really feel like eating when you're catching fish, do you? Woo, it's slimy.
All right, Mitchell, let's reel her up.
Yeah, we're going to be hunting a car wash real close to the boat ramp today.